Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah! So, I'm back. Sorry if my big old steering wheel, like I said, is in the way. But yeah, guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm welcoming myself back. It has been 2 long weeks. I feel a little fatter. I don't know if it's because I'm wearing makeup. And if you're new, hi. Hello. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, so I finally had my little girl on July 28th last month, and today she hits 2 weeks. I had her on a Tuesday, obviously. Like I said, I went in and got induced. I was so excited. Oh my god, the sun is shining, the birds are singing. The tank is clean. I just had to do that for Finding Nemo. Ay, 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 but the recovery. Nobody talks about recovery after labor. Oh my god, let me get into this real quick. I'm so happy not to be pregnant. I'm losing a lot of weight, honestly, but I'm trying to keep it up also and not like eat trash, as some people like to call it. But I still eat when I want, here and there. I think my current weight right now is 174 the last time I checked, or 176, somewhere in between those 2 pounds. Yeah, I'm still kind of sore from like up here and down there. Obviously, my daughter tore me just a little bit, so I have 1 stitch, just a little bit TMI information. I had her at 3:46 p.m. I was in labor for about 8 to 9 hours, if you could say. And I don't know if I ever, like, in my last video said that I had talked to a psychic about my pregnancy and about my labor and the day I was gonna go into labor. I can't remember if I did or didn't, but this psychic basically told me that it wasn't going to be a natural birth. That she didn't see complications, but she also didn't see a natural birth. She saw me having a cesarean, which is a C-section. Well, little did she know, I proved the psychic wrong. No, like, because I was having, I think the only, I wouldn't say complication, I was just having a hard time pushing her out because of the way she was positioned. She was upside down in position, my daughter, but she was turned facing my back. Or I can't explain it. Like, so she's face down, but I think her head was facing my back, or I think the baby's head has to be facing upwards. I think so. And she was facing my back, like my spine. And that was so painful. Like, they said her shoulders were hitting my spine, to where when I got the epidural, it didn't kick in. Like, it was wearing off by the time I was already pushing. So I felt a lot of pain, to where the nurse and my OB was like, girl, you gotta start pushing the right way right now. Like, if you want to get her out right now, she's like, because if not, then we're gonna have to go to the OR and we're gonna have to do an emergency C-section to get her out. She's like, if you want her out right now, she's like, so you need to show me that you want to push. And I'm pushing and pushing, and they're like slightly getting like little bits of her, like her hair, like you can see her hair coming out. I'm about to be a little TMI, but I'm not gonna put that much detail into it. They had me on my side, like on my side with one leg up, and that was doing the trick. They had me holding on to these handlebars to like lift up my shoulders, and nothing. Like, I would get her down, and then she would go back in, and it was just so painful. Ow. I was so scared, honestly, because they kept talking like whispering, not like whispering, but like under their breath, like in their own lingo, that they were gonna take me to the OR. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna push. I'm gonna stay here, and I want to push. Like, they kept asking me, do you want to push or do you want to get a C-section? And I looked at my mom. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking push. And yeah, like I said, the one person I decided to be there for me was my mom. Oh, I don't know why I went blank right now. Not only because, like I said, I wanted her there as much as I wanted my husband and my mom, because of this pandemic that's going on. They said only one person was allowed. So my husband, like, 100% understood. He had my back the whole time. He was like texting like my mom up and down when I was in labor. I was in so much pain. I thought these contractions were real contractions until I actually got induced that day on Tuesday from 2 weeks ago, and I felt what real contractions felt like, and I was just like, nah, bring in that epidural. Bring it in right now. Like, a girl needs that epidural. Oh my God. Like, I can't explain this pain that I felt that day. But I pushed through it, you know. My mom's like, you're not in pain until I start seeing tears. I didn't cry whatsoever throughout labor, throughout the pushing, or like them scaring me, saying that I might have to get a C-section. I didn't shed a single tear, because I have like I've noticed since that day, I have a very high pain tolerance. Like, I'll either hold my breath or just suck it up. The second I saw my daughter, yeah, like the second I met her and I heard her cry and she came out, I cried. And that was like the first tear I started to shed since I had gone to the hospital, or like since I had not been pregnant. Because for some reason when I was pregnant, it was kind of a lot harder for me to cry and feel emotions, because like I overthought a lot of things and scenarios, like if this went wrong, if this happened, if I didn't make it, because of like the straining I put under myself. And my mom had heard something that they were talking about, like I said, their lingo, and they were talking about me, to where she heard them saying, check her BP, like keep looking at it while she's pushing, and I'm like, BP, blood? I'm like, that's blood pressure. I guess my blood pressure was going up, or like, and my heart rate was going up at the same time of me pushing, because I told them like, because I don't know if y'all know like how they have you push, they have you sit up like this, like I couldn't lift my shoulders. I told them it was a type of pain to where I didn't feel that with my son, and it scared me. I was like, am I supposed to be feeling this? I would press the button for the medicine from the epidural to go in, and it would go in, then it would come back as soon as I would start pushing. And she was like, well, it is because your baby's shoulders are on your spine, so that's probably why it's hurting. And I was like, no. I was like, I even felt it one more time after I had her, and it just scared me. Like, she's like, you need to sit up more, and I'm like, I can barely lift up my neck like this, and she's asking me to like sit or adjust myself a certain way, and I just couldn't. Like, I was so scared, but I did it, guys. My daughter, like I said, my daughter was born July 28th, 3:46 p.m. and she was born 8 pounds 5 ounces. My daughter was 8 pounds, and she is just perfect. She is my little angel, my little girl. She's perfect. She looks just like my son when he was born. A little bigger though, on the big side, because he was born 3 pounds. He was born 3 pounds 5 ounces. She was born 8 and 5. And everybody's just so amazed on how much she weighs and stuff like that. Like, I am too, honestly. Damn, car needs to move. Okay, now I can go straight. I'm over here. See, I'm overthinking when I'm driving right now. Because I'm picking up my husband. Oh my god, it's been a good while since I vlogged. I had her that Tuesday, went home the next day, got all of her shots done that same day. Not that same day, but like to the next day. She had gotten her vaccines, her hearing test. Oh my gosh, I was so tired. But like, for some reason I couldn't sleep. Like, all I wanted to do was hold her and just talk to her and just like look at her, dress her. She has so many clothes that don't even fit her yet, and she's only 2 weeks. Like she's big but on her belly, and everything else is small. Like, a bunch of newborns still don't fit her. I'm gonna introduce y'all to her one day when I'm vlogging at home, but she's not in the car with me right now. It's just my son. He's probably asleep back there. But yeah, everything went good. Me and baby went home the next day with my mom. I mean, she adjusted pretty well going home. It's just her appetite went up, but they said that's normal. She has so much hair, you guys. Like, you're gonna see her and you're gonna be like, oh my god, she looks like you or your son. And she came out a white baby, like white complected like me, but she kind of looks like her daddy, so, and her brother. I think it's like a little mixture, like a good mixture, because my son came out looking like me more than ever. But yeah. Oh my gosh. But like I said, nobody really talks about after pregnancy or postpartum. And ever since I hit postpartum after pregnancy, I haven't been able to stop crying. All I want to do is cry and sleep. And it just irks me. Because sometimes I happy cry and my husband thinks I'm sad crying. And I'm just like, no, I'm just like, it's a happy cry. And I'm just like I sad cry, but I'm not sad about anything. It just, I don't know, like, I feel emotional. So like, would you just call it emotional sad crying? Like, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh, I did not hit postpartum like this with my son. I mean, I cried anyways, only because he was in the NICU, so I was just honestly already worried about him. So I was already crying. But yeah, it's a whole lot different. Like they say, every pregnancy is different. I feel a lot more emotions that I did with when I was pregnant with him. And these emotions are separate from the emotions that I felt with my son, because me and my husband were going through some things. We weren't together maybe like 50% of the time I was pregnant. So I guess it made me emotional that, like, it made me happy cry that he was there with me through this whole pregnancy, whole 9 months. And like, he experienced every single step, every single morning sickness, roller coaster episode, whatever you want to call it, that I had, to where even I felt fat and I cried because I was pregnant and I was tired of being pregnant. He experienced all of that with me. Oh, my freaking boobs are hurting. And it makes me happy, you know, that me and my husband got through this whole pregnancy, him not leaving, and us becoming stronger as a couple, as a team. As much as I know I probably irritated the hell out of him when I was pregnant, but it takes two to tango. So yeah, this pregnancy was the longest pregnancy I've ever experienced, and I'm done. I may not have tied my tubes. I may not ever tie my tubes, but I will forever be on this birth control that I enjoyed being on. I just didn't enjoy the weight gain. And yeah, that was like the only downfall, like con, that I just hated. And I really hope it doesn't happen again. I'm gonna try to keep my weight down if I were to get back on this birth control. Yeah. It's like I was saying, afterwards, the pain that I'm going through right now, I would say my pain right now, including from the top area, like my breasts, I'd say right now I'm like at a 6, 7-ish. Let's say we're like in between 5, 6, you know. Only because I'm breastfeeding her also on top of like regular milk. In case I stop producing milk, she'll get used to formula. I can't even talk right now. And then my other pain is from, because she kind of tore me a little bit, so I got 1 stitch. So that kind of like stings here and there. It kind of makes me sore. I hate that I gotta wear jumbo freaking pads constantly. Not because of the stitch, because of like, I just gave birth. Oh my God. But I'm like so relieved to have had her, because I was always constantly running out of breath, talking, or even just doing the slightest thing, like physical movements and stuff. It would drain me and drain me. And I noticed, because when I was pregnant with her, I was always hot. And she loves the heat. Like, she loves to be swaddled, kept warm. She hates the cold. She'll probably adjust to it later, because my son's like that too. Like, he would prefer to be hot than cold, I guess. because I've noticed if he gets hot, he'll like go to sleep with just his underwear on and like uncover himself with his blanket, and I'm constantly covering himself with his blanket. And I'm just like, okay, maybe he hates the cold, like, or likes the cold. I'm not sure either. You know what I mean? And with her, she loves to be warm baths. And I think it's because I took warm baths when I was pregnant. Like, always, they were soothing to me, and they kept my butt asleep. They put her butt to sleep. All that jazz. But yeah, I'm doing good, guys. 2 weeks postpartum. No big belly. Still kind of sore. I'm able to walk. I'm able to do pretty much anything that doesn't include me kind of like sitting down, because it puts a lot of pressure on my stitch. But I'm good for the most part. Hopefully my next update will be with my little girl, y'all meeting her. But yeah, ow. Sorry, this is just a ramble on video, but I wanted to update you guys on how me and baby Mila Rose is doing. Oh, and I got tested for COVID, negative. My husband got tested for COVID. He came out negative. I was pretty scared. That hurt so bad. Them swabbing both noses, like, oh my God, I feel for the people or the kids that get tested. But like I said, good update. We're doing good here. Picking up my husband. I hope to see you on the next video. Don't forget to smash a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. If you have any concern questions or just questions at all, leave a comment, hit me up, you know. Y'all know what to do, guys. Really hope to keep uploading, updating y'all, because this pandemic is still here. It still exists, and I really hope it goes away soon, because I can't really enjoy doing anything with my kids without risking their lives, or going to the store. I think I've been to the store with her like twice. Hey, baby. But yeah, see you on the next one.